Now are they going to be happy over there?
Everyone's happy.
Fuck it. Anything else we need to plug here today? Oh, I want to make sure everybody's fucking happy.
We got a party coming up in May.
I don't care about that. But so the deal is that if you get us the guy from Scotland, then we can get some other people that we dig, right? That's the thing?
Yeah, that's
But then he thinks he's going to be on a fucking zoo fucking show, right?
Oh, we explained the show pretty well. Or that's what I hope.
Honk a horn in the phone next time he calls, Earl.
Here's the other part of this. He was supposed to do the show yesterday. And we didn't... we were supposed to get to him at, noon? So we didn't do... He didn't show up at noon. Then he called in at 1. We were in the middle of something else. Fez's ass cracked. Something was happening. So I give Earl we've already, missed the window. So then apparently you get screamed on at Earl by the PR firm?
No, I want to make this clear. The Weinstein Company was very cool.
I know. I'm not talking about the Weinstein Company.
Yes, I just wanted to make that cool. They were cool with rescheduling, but our guys were very upset.
Right, but why would they be upset at us if he missed the thing?
I explained all of that, and then things kind of calmed down after that.
Dave, come on in here, because I'll never get the truth out of Earl. Earl is the one. Dave came to me today and said, "We can't fucking work like this. Let's just call them and say, cancel all the bookings." You were so furious when I called you today, right? When I talked to you. And you said they were screaming at Earl.
Well, shit, I don't like to see someone get screaming at Earl.
Especially when he wasn't in the wrong. That their person missed the time that they were scheduled to do.
Earl works like a fucking slave to
all right,
pun
don't
intended.
be racist, please.
White people are so scared of black people.
Well, give it to me from the top.
Well, no, it's just this morning I come in and they're yelling at Earl via emails and stuff like this that you don't blow off any of our guests. We work hard to book guests for the Ron Fez radio program, and how dare you do that stuff? And Earl, he puts them on if they're good guests, and he puts them on promptly, and it's up to the guests to come on time. And if they don't come on time, fuck them. And
what would you do? What would you do, Dave?
No, I would agree. I would say if your guests aren't here at 12 o'clock, they're not coming on the fucking show.
That's not a bad way to be, Earl. Particularly if it's not Jack Nicholson. If Jack Nicholson says, I'm going to be there at 11, and he shows up 1:45, you're like Jack when he comes in. But if it's a guy no one's ever heard of, like this guy, or, the other guy with the smaller movie we were trying to promote, they missed their shot with this, then that's okay. Why are you getting yelled at for either one of those?
No, it was just more of a...
And both those people were late today, and we still waited, right?
Yes.
So, we're not screaming at them.
No, we're not. We're more than cool than them.
But I'm trying to say this. Fez and I are doing a show, right? Suppose we get into a topic that gets fucking hot at any certain point. Then suddenly their guest calls whenever they want to. We shouldn't be expected to drop.
Yes, that's understandable.
You're not talking like a person. You're so nervous, and you went out of your way to go, I assure you that the Weinstein Company, like you're afraid that they're going to get mad at us. We're just having a conversation like a couple of guys. Don't be afraid of people.
No, I'm not being afraid. I'm just making things very clear as to who got upset, who did not get upset.
You told us nobody got upset and everything's great. I got to hear it from Dave. Dave, you say the opposite?
Yeah, because, Earl, and I'm not trying to blow up your spot. I'm defending Earl because, but they were pissed off at Earl for some. They treat him like a bitch, and he shouldn't be. He works hard to put out. First of all, there are times where we've had 3 people on our show as guests. Well, if you have a guest at 12, 12:45, and 1:30, if one of those misses the cut, the whole fucking show is totally gone.
Right, you cannot say to somebody else, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm pushing you back because the other person called later." That stuff happens all the time.
So Earl works hard.
You figure it this way: it's like a fucking when the bus is leaving, they don't get to show up for a 12 o'clock bus at 12:17 and expect the bus to be there. They're going to go, when's the next bus? It might be the fucking tomorrow.
And he's doing a tremendous job. These people should not. If Earl wants me to be little Pitbull,
you want a Pitbull? Is that what you need, Earl?
You want redhead Pitbull?
Honestly,
I'll go back for you.
No, honestly, every time I've tried to make Dave the Pitbull, but Earl, you're the EP. You always toss it right back.
That's not true.
What did you try to give him that he wouldn't fight for you?
When, like today, when what's his name was running late, I was like, you call, Rick. You call. Take care of it. And you're like, no, Earl, you should make that call.
Well, I don't know what you're saying. What's his name?
Ryan Johnson was running late. I went, you know what? Call him.
Here's the point with Ryan Johnson. And it's a nice kid. I think he's doing a great movie. But it's not a matter of us chasing him down. If suddenly we find out we got Robert De Niro, we'll go out of our way. Can we fucking pick you up at home? But when it's Ryan Johnson, if it's 12 o'clock and he hasn't called, then you fucking move on with your life. Why? I wouldn't chase the fucker down either.
Yeah, and we're not talking about being Pitbull against the guests. We're talking about for the agency. And also, I was at that specific time doing phones, which is why I said I can't. You know, the Ron Fez were in a conversation. The phones were lit up. I can't make a call. But if you said, Dave, Pitbull, we know who they are.
Fight for him, Dave. He doesn't have that.
If you say Pitbull the Bookers, it's the Bookers that are yelling.
You know, Earl, it's just you have to understand it is a two-way street. We're helping them as much as they're helping you. No, and I mean, you're in a position of power there.
I don't even know if it's a position of power, but it's a people trying to work together. And it's not a matter of, we can fucking make or break a movie for somebody. But if someone, to me, it's a simple scheduling. You're scheduled at 11 o'clock. You got to be there at 11. If not, you may or may not get on, depending on what's happening on the show at that time.
It's not hard to do. We had George Romero, director of Night of the Living Dead. He came in here 10 minutes early, was happy as a clam.
Oh, yeah.
He's a humongous fucking director.
I know.
He comes out all respectful, polite as could be.
I know.
You know, Henry Rollins on time.
But,
some
you know,
people.
Again, most of the time I don't blame this kid in Scotland. I mean, he's acting like we should have been in a better mood. I'll pull the fucking curtain back a little bit. We were pissed by the time we got to him. Because there's been 2 cancellations, and I got to hit Earl got to, and I just felt like going through the motions, and it was wasting time for him, us. I wasn't connected to him. I don't really care one way or about his, I tried to find Bruce Willis to talk about with him, but that's it. Now I know your thing is, it's the Weinstein Company, maybe they'll do something down the road, blah, blah, blah. We want to give and take. I understand that. I'm willing to do that. At the same time, Earl, the guy's got to be on when he's got to be on. Doesn't mean he's an asshole. Doesn't mean that he's rude. It means we're doing our own show here.
And the bookers have to understand that. And, Earl, you don't need to be, subservient. You're doing a great job. You don't need to be subservient to them.
What aren't we doing for the bookers that they're fucking yelling?
No, it went back to me as far as communicating to them that we had to reschedule. And
it isn't a matter of even blowing it off. They're screaming, you've got to put this guy on.
No, it wasn't a matter of putting us down and saying, hey, you got to let us know when you guys have to reschedule someone. Let us know.
So you fucked up by not calling and saying I can't get him on.
No, but what I explained to them was I was dealing directly with the rep. I said, you know what? I was dealing directly with the rep who was more than cool with it. I don't know why you're upset about it. I was like, they called us offering the reschedule. I wanted to reschedule, and we worked it out. It wasn't a matter of.
So you're saying that our guy blew this out of proportion. You're saying Dave made a big deal out of it.
I don't know. Dave is.
I'm for you, Big Papa. But when I came in this morning, did you not have to go outside? Not once, but twice for a good 10 minutes to say I got blow. I can't blow up.
No, I mean
get some air.
No, that was an accumulation of a couple of things.
And I said I totally understand if those guys are doing that to you. I don't think it's right. And go out, take as much time as you want. He did it a couple times because he was so infuriated. And I know my little Earl. He's got the ulcer and he's bleeding all over the place.
Well, not now.
Don't give yourself an ulcer over this stuff.
No, it was just a combination of a couple other things. So
I don't get it. I mean, first of all, we got Paul O on our own. He's got a brand new movie coming out. Gap.
Gap. And he's guaranteeing it will make millions.
700,000%. You're the pit bull for now on. You got a pit bull.
Yeah.
All right?
All right.
I want to. Or with the bookers, I mean.
I understand. I get the same way if somebody yells at Fez. I get fucking furious. I get more furious than if someone attempts to yell at me. I understand exactly where you're coming from.
But you're putting together a good list.
I know he is.
How dare they?
But I think it goes back to this simple. You're booked at 12 o'clock. You call at 12:15, you may or may not get on. We're not fucking saying we hate you. I didn't go down and run down anybody's movie or try to fucking ruin it. But at the same time, you can't expect that we're going to stop what we're doing. And it's that simple.
You know what makes success in life, Ron? I learned it from Mr. Trump.
Yeah, go ahead.
Punctuality.
What?
Just polite.
When you're not, I'm not even saying it's impolite, but if you're not punctual, you can't expect for everything to be there. I'm not even slightly mad at any of these people. But at the same time, they can't get on.
Remember the pin that Bill Murray took in Rushmore? Punctuality.
All right, guys, we're off tomorrow and Monday for Easter, so take care of yourself. O&A in tomorrow.
We'll be back on Tuesday.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
All right, 866 Ron Zero Fez, 866 Ron Zero Fez. Got some guests coming in today. Brand new film out called Art School Confidential.
Terry Swigoff, he's the director, and the screenwriter Daniel Close are going to be in studio with us.
All right, Swigoff and Close, is that how we say it?
Swigoff and Close.
All right, Terry Swigoff did Bad Santa, which is a hysterical film. What else has he done?
Let's see. He also did Louie Bluey and Crumb and Ghost World.
Ghost World, that's the one I was trying to think of. Ghost World was his other kind of hit. Crumb was a very odd documentary. Now, we were supposed to have Molto Mario today and canceled, Earl?
Yeah, he had a personal emergency he had to deal with. He will reschedule.
Now, do you notice that we don't lay on our backs and start crying and kicking our feet like the people that if we need to cancel somebody?
You know what? No, they told us, gave us plenty of advance notice. Everything's cool.
No, that's not the fucking point. The point is this, Earl. It's not plenty of advance notice if we plug it, right? So for you it might be, but for me it's not. But the point is this. We don't make a big deal out of it. We go on. I know you see yourself as the middleman here, but I don't see it that way.
No,
I feel like you are somewhat on me and Fez's side.
No, absolutely. I totally agree with you. We're not going to pull our hair out over it. We're not going to.
But you used to act like, oh, they gave us plenty of advance notice, blah, blah, blah. There's plenty of times they don't give us stuff. And this is where we were last Thursday with the whining. I'm just going to point out every time that we don't get something that we think is coming, we don't make a big deal out of it.
No, not at all. We've been gentlemen about it.
You're just trying to guess the right side to be on?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying we've been very cool about it.
Pick our side, Earl. Pick our side.
Yeah. All right, anyway, we'll talk with these folks today, and I guess they won't be cooking for us.
Nah, we end up starving again.